I want to come to you and try and expand what you've been seeing for the past 1 month. Today is a different day. I have visitors, but the visitors are unique because one is a presenter, a newsreader, and one is an expert in trading. I'm gonna make it a free flow program. Yes, it's the other TV, it can also be on other channels. So I'm gonna allow I will make her my host today so that she asks questions and we try to elaborate. I want to make it interesting. We try to elaborate. They will introduce themselves so that I won't say beyond what I should say, so that at least also there's an engagement. There are numbers that are scrolling on your screen right now. You're also free to ask questions and have an engagement. Let me give you a summary of my first program. I introduced this program, which is called Business Forum, and at this particular juncture, we are mainly focusing on mining and mineral trading. And I said, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but I know a little. And through the gift of the prophetic, I would want to encourage my people to engage themselves into mining. I said, I'm not going to focus on gold, diamond, or platinum, chrome, manganese. They are quite common. But I would enjoy to see you mining mica. I would enjoy to see you mining antimony. I would enjoy to see you mining beryllium. I would enjoy to see you mining tungsten, tin, different types of rare earth, gallium, bismuth, and different type of minerals. I would love to see you mining jade. You know, I would love to see you mining pink aqua there and pink quartz. I would enjoy see you mining something that is not common. And I also mentioned that there are different places all over the world which is different minerals. My screen behind me is just showing you different minerals. That's cobalt that is there right now. Different minerals are just coming out so that they can show you what we are talking about. But I'm used to be hosting and I'm used to be speaking on my own. I'm just introducing the past sermon. But today I've got experts when it comes to speaking to television, maybe more than me. So I'll give them the baton stick and we shall just share some notes. Please join us, sit, relax, and enjoy. God bless you.
This is the first time to see an orange fish.
So I wanted to know if anyone knows the type of fish which is here.
So I have to ask, what's the design? What's going on with this nose?
about the business forum, which is focusing basically on the rare minerals that one can explore and not just focus on the ones we are used to mining, as the man of God spoke about, Prophet Walter was mentioning. So today we're going to be speaking mainly to him, asking him questions to educate the general citizenry who wants to know more about this program and how best they can benefit from it, as well as also explore. And we have a guest as well who is an expert in mining. I would say rare minerals, to put him in brackets, and he will be also helping us. I have an appreciation of these stones. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, good evening. Yeah. Maybe Jerry, introduce yourself. Yeah.
I'm Jerry. I run an international trading and mining company, mainly based out of Australia, but of course most of the work is in Africa because most of the resources are in Africa. So I'm really excited about the potential that we'll discuss today, about the future, and also how we can hopefully educate people and how we can trade the minerals that we're talking about.
I like that, especially on the trade side, because it's all about making money.
That's right.
We want to go beyond the limits that we've always never known about. This is a platform where an individual can pick one or two things that they could write home about.
Absolutely.
Great. So the first question I would propose to you, man of God, is, do the general citizenry know the processes of mining?
Thank you very much, Leanne. To be honest with you, according to what I've realized and how I've been moving around, we can safely say there's no clue of what is there and how it is mined. At some point, I received a packet. Somebody wanted me to sell the packet through one of my companies. I've got a semi-precious company that is registered. They wanted me to make sure that I help them sell it. They used explosives to extract this precious mineral, and it all had cracks. So the mining itself, people are not aware. The registration itself, people are not educated. Yet we are in a setup of a country that allows its citizen to engage into mining. This is unique. The setup of Zimbabwe is unique from another country. It allows its citizen to then do mining. But I believe now there is a need and a stage whereby such programs like this one, which have come together, to then alert people on how to register or how to mine as well.
Okay, so one would say, because in your previous program you spoke about how you had the perception that mining is only for the big boys.
Yes.
So there is an average person sitting at home and saying, okay, now that you've given them an understanding to say you can get into mining, so what particular minerals can they look into? Okay,
so when I said mining is for the big boys, I think it is determined by the type of the mineral that you are looking at.
Yes.
Because you see, some minerals are easy to extract, some are difficult. Let me give you an example of gold. When it comes to alluvial gold, it's quite cheap to extract. But when it comes to seam mining, where maybe it develops when it goes way underground, it may be then expensive. Also, according to the region, the amount of water that you need to take out as you do your seam mining. So it is also the same with the rare earth and other different base metals. Some are easy to extract, some need a bit of time. I tell you, beryllium moves in pockets. So you may hit a pocket today, it may take you another week, 2 weeks to hit another pocket whilst they are taking out money. So it may need a bit, quite of a huge resource. But when it comes to tantalite, you may take ore from your low grades of lithium, there may be some pins of tantalite, and you can extract quite a lot. So it depends with the type of mineral. Surely it's for big boys, but also what determines is the type of mineral that you want to engage yourself into. Jade, for example, it's quite easy. If you've got access to an excavator, you've got access to explosives, and you've got an understanding on where to explode and not where to explode, you can extract a jade in quantities that you can sell. So it depends with the mineral. So when I started this program, I was coming to people to say, let me revisit my concept. Let me educate people to say, what type of mineral do you want to engage onto? What may be required? Those are some of the feedback that maybe personally, when people are being addressed now, I can tell you, okay, Micah, you can do this leave it for the big boys. I can't encourage an ordinary person to go into diamond mining, which is in the conglomerate, and it is underneath, under pressure. Yes. It needs a lot of equipment. Platinum, which is underneath, it needs a lot of minerals. A general Zimbabwean citizen may enjoy to extract mica because it's quite simple. Yeah.
And you did speak about exploiting. Can you highlight more about that?
Okay. Well, when I spoke about exploration, I said exploiting. Okay, let me take. I thought exploration. Exploiting. What I said about exploiting, I said there are prices of minerals that are world market, and there are prices of minerals where people come from the world and exploit us. Jerry can confirm what I'm saying, that the price of mineral out there and the price of mineral that we are being offered here are quite different. You may come in.
Yeah, so we when you look at the global trade market, the market prices vary from who the buyer is. So if you are selling your same mineral to an Indian buyer because they have their own Indian boss or their own Indian platform or bulletin, so you'll find that the Indian bulletin might be higher or lower than the Chinese. Of course, most people will sell to the Chinese. But because of the way the world is going now, where most countries are realizing they have to start manufacturing again, it simply means that countries that have not been traditionally buying resources, but were manufacturing in the past, will start manufacturing again. So when it comes to pricing, obviously what we want to try and do is get the best possible price. But as a trader, what we're looking for is the best possible market for our resource, and also to look at it on a long-term basis. It's not something that, the way the market is structured, global market, it's based on whether we're actually a producer. So in the early days, of course, we're going to get the lowest price, but the advantage of us making sure that the resource and our volumes can meet the global demand, it means that then we can control our price, we can get the best price. And rare earth, as the name suggests, it's rare.
It's rare, yeah.
So because it's rare, of course, you're not going to have the volumes like chrome, which everyone knows about. So it means that we have to have a strategic plan over a very long period of time to make sure that, one, we can have the best volumes, and two, we can attract the best markets for our resources.
Awesome. Thank you, Jerry. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Jerry will highlight more on how one can identify that they are holding an actual rare mineral. Don't go away, stay with us.
I'm going to give this to everyone. I've got enough for everyone, and they're not for sale. It's for every child. The purpose of the prayer card is to remind you that you are not alone. When you are alone, you hold it and start to pray. I want you to know this. When you are praying, I want you to imagine we are in church, we are together. I want you to reach a level whereby you feel, but you know, I'm not alone. I'm under the covering. What I'm going to say. Money in Jesus, money in Jesus, money in Jesus. Money. This is not an anointing that demons may be used of, or that they were aware of. No, this one they did not see it coming. They did not see it coming. After I give you this card, I shall give you my common time of prayer, so that we can pray together. Yes, I want to always give you, so you touch your card and hear me pray with you.
There are moments that you feel like you're in a cage. You're trying to go this side is blocked. You're trying to go to this side, you're blocked. Breakthrough in Jesus' mighty name.
Every individual needs a special touch to turn small beginnings into remarkable success. Whether in business, finances, or personal growth, God's touch can move us forward. Join us on Sunday, 8th December 2024. It's a big Sunday service for a life-changing experience, unlocking breakthroughs from small to big. Prophet W. Magaya will be giving for free the Touch of Grace prayer cards to every child of the ministry.
The purpose of the prayer card is to remind you that you are not alone.
Be a Yada Hotel guest house visitor on this big Sunday weekend from the 6th to the 9th of December. Take advantage of the walk-through altar experience, open to all, and experience your own testimony. 8th December 2024. It's a big Sunday. Be there.
Well, welcome back. You are still watching the Business Forum, speaking on mining issues and how best one can be educated about the rare mineral. Before the break, we spoke to an expert who is Jerry. He was telling us how one can trade on a global market. And now back to you, man of God. On a lighter note,
Yes.
If you were to choose mining, which mineral would you choose to mine?
That's a very difficult question,
Okay.
but maybe quite important. What will make me choose a mineral, first of all, is to understand the geology of the place. And then the exploration will also determine how I approach. And I also call a person like Jerry to then educate me of the buyers.
Okay.
So mining is not just going to be mining because you want to mine, but you must understand the geology, you must understand the cost of doing it, and also how the market is. For example, right now, for the past 2 weeks, antimony was on 20,000. Today is on 35,000 US a ton. Wow. That's a good trajectory. It is moving. It is moving up in a very good direction. Yes, it's a positive way. So if it comes to me selling this mineral to the Chinese, it means that the period that it will be in the ocean, it will arrive there at a better price. So that's an attraction of mining. But now I have to support it with the geology of where the mine is. Is the seam big enough? Is the extraction going to be big enough? Like in this case, I took out a video where we are producing 100 tons a day of antimony on one shaft. That's not enough for the market that is there at all, according to his lessons and what he has been teaching me. Would then want maybe to reach 1,000 tons a day, which is possible according to the amount of shafts that you may then create. So what is governing me, it is how the price is going, how is the geology and the exploration that has been done. That is what is governing me, what I mine. But let's say I'm a basic Zimbabwean and I've not done exploration, you check the mood. Okay, you check the mood. These base metals are governed by technology. What is being manufactured at those days? Look at the price of lithium. It went from $600 a ton to $70 a ton. That's a very big tragedy because people were stocking it and it went down. Why? Because the manufacturing way it was being bought, they changed the mineral that they have been using. So you also need to quickly move, take advantage of the moment, and move out before you lose. It's different from gold, where value is stored for the centuries that you have been, and platinum, which maybe has other uses that are basic and they cannot change. So I'm attracted to a certain mineral because of a moment. Okay, like in this moment, antimony is very high. Beryllium is on high demand. Tantalite is serious. Tungsten is serious. Gallium, which is a rare earth, is serious. Bismuth, such minerals. So that's the reason of this program, actually, to then motivate people and tell them where they should put their focus on. Tantalite is a very good one. As I've said, beryllium, tungsten, tin. Tin is very good. Yeah, tin is very, very good. I don't know if I've left you any mineral that
No,
is.
those are good. Those are good rare earths. Just to add on to what you're saying,
Yes.
Prophet, exploration is very expensive. But for an average person on the street who might find a rock and they're not sure what it is, in Zim we have a lot of good local labs. They might not be of international standard, but they're cheap. So what one can do is, if they find a rock, they're not sure what the rock is, because what I've discovered when I travel around the country, when people discover a rock, they don't really know what they've got.
Okay.
So the best way to do that is simply take that rock to a lab. And labs can charge as little as $10 up to maybe $100 for a full sample. So most people can afford to invest in just basic knowledge
That's right.
of what they have. But most of the rocks will have more than between 30 to 70 elements. So depending on what you're trying to find out, but the strength of getting a rock tested does not mean you're going to find what you're looking for.
You'll be surprised.
But it gives you knowledge.
Knowledge.
So if someone then comes and knocks on your door, at least you're clear on what you have.
That's right.
Because when we sell rocks, we sell them based on the percentages of what's stored in the rock. And that's what determines the price.
Yeah. That's good.
So most people think, well, it's the same rock. It's actually not the same rock. So the labs, there are lots of labs in Harare, lots of labs in other parts, especially mining countries. And usually you can get the results as early as in one day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So at least it gives you knowledge, and we all know knowledge is power. So if you have basic knowledge, even though we haven't drilled or blasted, but at least it gives you an idea.
Yeah. So, speaking on the particular mineral that you mentioned, the antimony, what is the cost of investment in that particular rock?
What determines investment on any rock is the geology that I need to specify. Some rocks, it may be quite cheaper because of how the structure of the land is. Let me give you an example where I'm mining antimony in Kwekwe. The seams are from top 2 meters. So it's quite cheap. It's different from another mine that I have in Slobela. I need to go deep up to 60 meters to find an ore body. So the cost then differs. In terms of cost of mining, I would encourage those that are watching sometimes to come together.
To group up.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes, if we group up, we are small giants. If we group up, we can become giants. Now we are grouping up, understanding character, understanding the theme of art of a person, and then see what you can come up with, because you are grouping up in terms of attacking a mineral. So when it comes to antimony, it depends where you are. Sometimes you just need to make a shaft, simple things, but in other ways you may need to have an open cast according to the geology of the area.
Okay, collective effort, in other words. Okay, that's encouraging. Back to you, Jerry. Maybe you can tell us, like you mentioned, that one has to go to the lab and then identify it. So we don't want moles across the country where people are now digging to find these rocks. So where does one then start the survey to say, okay, I want to get into this rare? You mentioned that there's some areas that have not even been discovered as yet. So what's your take on that?
So generally speaking, the formations tend to occur in the same areas. And in a place like Zim, there was a lot of work that was done like in the 60s, in the 50s and 60s, even earlier. In most cases, people will generally have an idea. But most of these rocks or most of these minerals don't form in isolation.
Okay.
So we know, for instance, antimony, for instance,
Antimony
tends to live with gold.
Yeah.
So if you are not an expert, the best advice I would say is, look, most of those gold areas, chances are, if there's a rare earth, there's antimony.
Okay.
And then we also know with things like tantalite, tantalite lives with lithium. So when you look at areas where there's lithium, chances are there is tantalite. Why is that important? Today, as the Prophet was saying, the lithium prices have tanked. but tantalite prices are going up.
Going up, yeah.
So if you're in an area like that and you've done your essays, if you took it to the lab, it will then be able to tell you that you've got tantalite and you've also got lithium and other resources.
Okay.
And based on the market price, then you can make the best decision to say, look, actually, let's not mine lithium.
Yes.
Let's look for tantalite.
Wow.
So that's where but local knowledge is always the best.
Yeah.
And also we can, in Zim, like most parts of Southern Africa, there was a lot of German exploration in the 50s and 60s. So we know most places I go to, whether I'm in Mozambique or I'm in South Africa or I'm here in Zim, most people know where the Germans went. They were looking for gold.
Okay.
So because of that, you can use local knowledge, which is usually pretty good, to give you an idea of what you're actually looking for.
Can I support him?
Yes.
Okay. So the best way is always look at your neighbor.
Yes.
You know, these are sim. So these belts, they move for kilometers.
Yeah.
They may be deeper from your neighbor, but
Yes,
they are
that's
there.
right.
Yes, they are there. So what is your neighbor mining? So we have got these Chinese that are now mining everywhere. We've got the whites that are mining everywhere. That alone must give you a motivation. Okay. Naturally, you can just look at the floor of the stones. What formation are they? If somebody is on top and is mining a certain mineral, it must give you an idea that maybe underneath where you are, they may be the same mineral. And the biggest also geologist is the artisan mining, the Makorokoza. Yes, these guys, they know minerals. So if you see them staying at a place, it must give you an indication that there must be something there. Exactly. I'm looking at my carpet right now. You see how black and white it is. This is how tantalite is on a stone, with lithium.
Yeah.
We call it low-grade lithium.
Yeah.
And yet this black stuff that you're seeing, it is the stones that are pinning, which are carrying tantalite. So sometimes what is low grade is high grade on something. Yes. So that knowledge is not there in many people. I've seen stockpiles of waste that I've tested, and I've been shocked with the value that is there. So people may throw away something saying, no, this is not necessary. I had one case, somebody was paying me $3,000 a ton on antimony. But my antimony was low grade. It was about 5%.
Right.
And I shocked, why is he paying me $3,000? So much. He's a Chinese guy. After 2 months, I realized that my antimony was full of gallium. Gallium is 1 million a ton. So he was like a good friend of mine, patting my back, saying, you know, Magaya, you know what, prophet, you know what, doc, would call me all the names, doc, prophet, man of God. And so I thought he was doing me a favor. I later realized that he's benefiting because there's a rare earth in my stone. So the study that is saying whereby you take a stone, pay $75 for a full analysis. You may ignore it, but that's treasure.
Wow, talk about knowledge. The lack of knowledge, one perishes. And I'm hearing it from the experts himself, as well as the man of God who is also into mining. We're not just Googling and getting this information from the internet, but for someone who is actually on the ground. Your parting words, man of God?
Not much to say today, as maybe our second episode, but I would love to say to those that are watching that we want you to be in mining. We want to work with you. We have people with knowledge on trade. We have people that understands the uses of these stones in a better way. And I would want you to be part of such a movement. I don't know who we are bringing next to this episode, but I believe surveyors, geologists, if he's still around, I would want him to come and tell you the story about how fluoride is used in China. How fluoride is used in China. He has taught me a lot. I teach a lot of people, but I also learn from experts. He has taught me a lot about, the trade. He taught me about the concept of putting offices in Hong Kong, places where real trade is happening, where trade is happening, and would want to bring that all together. And I would want to meet you if you've got a mineral. I would want to talk to you if you want to understand something. There's a number that is appearing on your screen. If you've got a mine and you're looking for an investor, I would also want to be a conduit where we take an investor and we bring you together. If your mine is explored, if we just want to make sure that we alleviate the livelihoods and bring forth the best out of you, because I believe that these treasures are for the Lord, and we are here to bless you with that.
Thank you so much, and thank you to Jerry for joining us on this program today. And we look forward to hearing more from you. If you have time to join us again on the next episode, do join us, follow us. Our social media platforms are appearing as well on your screen, and the contacts are there for more information. Do stay with us. Good day.
This is the first time we see an orange fish map.
So I wanted to know if anyone knows the type of fish which is here.